Hello, this is John Lagorio. This is my course project, Phase 2 for LAN WAN implementation at OSU IT. I'm going to be doing the project over the Spiceworks network monitor that I spoke a little bit about in Phase 1. So first we're going to just talk about implementation for it. We're going to talk about really just the first few steps and kind of getting it going. All kind of simple stuff here. So I'll talk about downloading it, registering, setting up the dashboard, and adding devices. So downloading it is really simple. The reason I even kind of put this step in there is just to kind of point out that it is free. So all you have to do is go to their website and download it. Like I said, really simple. As you can see, it kind of shows you what you need, and it shows you all the kinds of different options that you have. So anyway, for first step, and with it being free, Spiceworks makes it easy on you. After that, we are going to have to register with a name and a username and all that kind of stuff. The interesting thing about this is that it does make you a member of their community, which we're going to talk about later, but it ends up being a pretty big deal actually. Once you are set up and registered, we kind of the first thing that you'll see is the dashboard. It is going to automatically find certain devices that you have. So we see on there that it found my computer and it's treating it as a server right now, but it found that all on its own. I didn't even have to do anything there. And you can add additional devices too, but as far as customization goes, you can actually, like, this was here automatically, but I actually added this down here, and if I had multiple devices, I would have probably just set up a different one down there. But you can see we have 2 other slots here that we can set up. So for like those high priority devices and things like that, you can set those up so you can just have them right on the dashboard and see them right away whenever you're monitoring your network. As far as adding devices goes, it's also really simple. There's just an add device button, and you can see right there it gives you the options of what kind of devices you need to add, and then you just type in the IP address and pretty much add it. I tried to add my router on there, and I had a little bit of trouble. I actually couldn't figure it out. I did a little bit of digging on that, and it looks like it's something to do with my ISP and the user configuration files that they push through to the routers, and maybe not allowing that kind of information to get through. I assume that would be something that would be handled. It would be much more leniently handled for a business than obviously this is just a home setup. So hopefully with a business you would be able to set those up and get that information for those devices as well. A little bit of a bummer that I couldn't set it up. I would have liked to look at that, but anyway. From here on out, we're going to talk about some features, and the big things that we're going to talk about is the real-time information, the customizing the thresholds and notifications, the full-fledged tech support, and the community. We're actually going to get into the software so you can see it, so let's go ahead and do that. So this is the software right here. Like I said, we've got the dashboard right here, and we've got kind of the information right there. And you can kind of see that these graphs are moving a little bit. Like I said, it's real-time information. So the great thing about that is that you can, really see any issue as it's happening. So if the network is having an issue, you don't have to wait for a user to bring it to your attention that they're having troubles. Hopefully you're going to be able to see it even before they do, and hopefully you can jump on it fast enough that it doesn't create some problems for the business, and hopefully it'll be hopefully the software will point you in the right direction and make it an easy fix for you. We've also got, we're going to talk about the customizing thresholds and things like that. We're just going to go into settings here, and once this loads up, we'll see the thresholds kind of tool here. It is done by a global bar here, so this will affect all of these. I can't actually mess with these individually, which is a little disappointing. but still it seems to work pretty well. This was the default setting, so it's kind of set on the higher end, so it's not going to give me as many notifications. So if I were to set it down here, I would get those thresholds are lower, so anytime it crosses those thresholds, I'm going to get a notification or an email. But anyway, we'll keep it up here for now. As far as these individual thresholds, like I said, we can't individually customize those, which is a little disappointing. And you can see that each one of them, once they cross a certain threshold, will give us a notification in the program right here. That's what this bell is. But not every one of them is going to send the administrator an email, which is what this one is right here. So you can see if there is something that you want to get an email on, you can just turn that switch on, and once it hits that threshold, it will send you that email. Or if you don't want it, you can turn it off. So that's pretty, at least you can do a little customizing as far as notifications and emails go. We do have a devices tab here as well, and that just gives you a more up close kind of look at the devices. And it's not gonna, these graphs again are live, so we have to wait for them to update, as you can see right there. So these just kind of give us a more up close look at the graphs here, and you can put your mouse over it, and at each point will actually show you the numbers, which will be a little bit easier to read than just looking at the graph. And we can kind of see what's going on with, for at least my PC, we can see what's going on with all this kind of stuff. Memory utilization and CPU utilization. So, one of the biggest things that I read about whenever I was reviewing this for Phase 1 was the community, and they talked about that a lot. So, and I already kind of mentioned it with registering, how it makes you a member of the community. And I kind of, I was kind of impressed by it, but this was actually the first one that I did review, and I actually became more impressed with their community as I was reviewing other network monitors, and I'm going to show you that here. In these Google searches, I was actually looking up other network monitors, and you can find forum posts on Spiceworks community, which is pretty interesting to me that even though they're reviewing their competitors, there's always pretty much a post on there, and pretty much every one that I searched on the first page of Google, see we're on the first page there, there was a community post from Spiceworks about reviewing that software. So we've got one here for What's Up Gold, and then the SolarWinds network monitor, again with the Spiceworks community post right there. So basically, I mean, that was just what really impressed me, is that every one of them, it really seemed like there was some kind of information about it on their own community. And we can actually go into that just by clicking this help button right here and hitting this right here, and that just takes you to their support forum, and we've got all kinds of stuff, and these are just users of the program, and they ask questions and they answer questions, and it's a lot of times if you have a question about the software, you'll get your answer from this, and if you don't, you can ask. And we see just, I mean, all kinds of questions really on here, just from, like I said, normal users that are helping each other out, and I think that's pretty great for, I mean, I wouldn't normally think of a network monitor as having a community, so anyway, that's pretty cool. And finally, we're going to talk about the tech support. So they do have a full-fledged tech support, which is pretty impressive for a free software. When I say full-fledged, though, you have to contact them through the program or through email. You can't call them. But still, they offer you any kind of support that you need, and they'll answer questions and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to use the program, we've got this question mark right here. We can just click that. These are just 2 default messages. I didn't actually contact anybody, but I could start a new conversation here and ask a question, and they say that they try to answer all questions within 24 hours, which, if you're a small business, or if you're a business at all, and you have to wait 24 hours, that could obviously be too long, really. But it's not so bad. I mean, I've seen worse in my experience. So it's not terrible for again, just a free software. So we'll go ahead and get back to the PowerPoint here, and we're just going to talk about kind of the overall feelings that I have for it. And we can see here on the bullet points, it is really easy to understand. Basically, when you first open it up, you kind of get what you get. You just see immediately those graphs, and they're easy to understand, and it's easy to navigate. I was pretty much clicking through it, like I said, right when I first opened it up, and I got pretty much all the information that I was looking for, other than really setting up that router, which I had a little bit of trouble with. That is the easy to understand, kind of goes with the next point. It is a little shallow. There's not a whole bunch of depth to the information. I do wish that I could have gotten maybe a little bit more information on some things. But again, for just for free software, I kind of understand. And that is the third point, is that it's free. So for a business that doesn't want to pay money for this kind of program, I see no reason not to download Spiceworks, just because it's free. Even though it is a little shallow, just the live updates that you can see from your screen, I think, is huge. So just being able to see what's going on with the network, and if it's running properly, or if there is something going on, like I said earlier, you can kind of see a problem hopefully before users start even reporting it, which will get you'll be able to kind of jump on the issue quicker that way, and hopefully minimize any downtime or any troubles with the network. And then again, that last point is the community. Again, that was something I was really impressed with, and it just seems like they seem really active, and again, you wouldn't expect to see that kind of a passion for a network monitor. So, like I said, I was just really impressed with it. So overall, I think with the software, I was really impressed with it. I think again, just for a free software, if you're running a business and you don't want to pay for something, there's really no reason not to have this kind of software, so that you can monitor your network and see really just those live updates, and get that tech support if you ever have any questions, or asking the community. Seems like a pretty cool software to me. So I really liked it. That's it on my end. Thank you.